If you get any guideline, light or any valuable materials in it, I would consider my endeavor a great success. I have done my job as much as I can because my reverend teacher, Dr. Emil Segal, the propounder of revolutionist homeopathy, advised me to propagate this unique method among all true classical or Hahnemannian homeopaths. Being the first follower of this unique method in Bangladesh, I have been doing that job since 1996. I started it from my native city, Khulna. Thereafter, I went to Dhaka in 1997. That is a long history of much well and woe. Very open-minded, they appreciated it and accepted it with great enthusiasm and showed their eagerness to learn that method. But those who are very narrow-minded did it with very rough objections. I'm not willing to mention those names. They are respected teachers, and I also respect them. Well, let us start with my very early conception regarding this method. We all know that our mission is to cure patients quickly and permanently in a harmonious way. It's a very tough matter to perform the job in a perfect way. To be an ideal Hahnemannian homeopath, a vast amount of brilliance and perseverance is needed, and it is needless to say that one has to dedicate oneself to acquiring proper knowledge on this subject. In 200 years of homeopathy, as yet the complicated method of this homeopathic treatment has not been modified or simplified by anyone considerably. Still, the job is remaining so hard as it was before. When a complicated case is approached, we can not but collect the past history of illness, family history, general and particular symptoms of the mind and body, etc. Many more objects along with the present complaints. It requiring a long time and a labor to arrive at the goal. In this critical situation, Dr. Emil Segal of Delhi, India, has mentioned a very happy news for the doctors who have dedicated themselves to the service of suffering humanity. In accordance with his new discovery, we should continue our attitude only to the present mental state of the patient, without caring for his past psychological or physical signs and symptoms to cure him of the disease. Dr. Segal regards the mind to be the center of the body, the capital of the state, since it is the mind that dictates the body. The mind alone should be the basis of the selecting of remedy. Instead of all the totality of symptoms comparing of symptoms of the body and mind. He believes that a specific set of symptoms of mind, the present, persistent, and the predominant symptoms, represent the center at the given moment. He looks upon the patient as a computer, generating signals in what he sees and does. Dr. Hahnemann, our great master, also gave importance most on the mental symptoms, saying, mind is the key to the man. Dr. Kant also did the same, saying, man is his will and understanding, and the house where he lives in is his body. Every patient coming for treatment does two things. He talks about something, and the something in the form of gestures. It is important to pay attention to his words, tones, demeanor, manner, expressions, and bodily gestures. And what he reported frequently, what he repeats frequently and stressed up. In Segal's method, the most ordinary expressions are taken for a prescribing, which would hitherto been neglected by all of us, usually and ordinary, being common to every sick people. It is one of the very distinctive points with classical homeopathy, since that mainly depends on the rare, peculiar, uncommon, singular, and striking characteristic symptoms of the patient to understand the individuality, to find out the simillimum. But actually, according to the noble method of Dr. Emil Segal, those common expressions of the patient represent the willing understanding of the patient. What comes out spontaneously is very important. Dr. Emil Segal gives importance only to the present mental state, present mental signals of the patient, what he says and what he does during the state of sickness. He uses the rubrics of mind only from the repertory. Dr. Emil Segal has found on the long experience with when a medicine is prescribed according to the revolutionized technique, something in the form of excreta started coming out of the body through the natural 5 outlets, and that last an odd number of days with the discharges of the main cause of diseases. These two main automatic functions of the body, assimilation and elimination. Health remains in proper function of those two natural aspects, and disease is nothing but the unexpected activities of the mentioned process. When they fail to function properly, toxin is deposited and degenerative process started gradually. That is why when a medicine is administered according to the unique method, the natural order of the body is re-established. A lot of work has to be done to become a prescriber in this method. We have to become familiar with a big stock of mental rubrics and to know their exact and broader meanings. Though the method seems to mass hard to the beginners, but that remains no longer fear gauge off soon. An interested one should learn it from an experienced or expert physician of this line. We know very well that a long way journey is troublesome. Arrived at our destination, we feel an unexpressible pleasure. No pains, no gains. Thanks a lot.